lashes frozen.
Hey, welcome back to another video, and today we're heading to Harbin, China, a city famous for one thing above all else, the cold, and of course its ice and snow festival. Harbin is located in China's coldest province, Zhongyang, which borders Russia. Before boarding, I stopped by the Juneyao Airlines just to relax and get something to eat before the flight. And as if the trip wasn't special enough already, I was flying on my birthday. And what made it better was that during the flight attendants came over to me, handed me cake, a card, and a hot cup of tea, and said they wanted to wish me a happy birthday. I was like, wait, what? It was such a pleasant surprise and a thoughtful gesture. When I arrived in Harbin, just looking out the window, I could tell that this place was freezing. But I didn't feel the full effect of the cold because I was only outside for about 5 minutes, so I thought maybe I can handle this. I checked into Zan Hotel, a modern and stylish hotel equipped with some smart home features. And yes, I booked a room with a bathtub because I knew I was going to need it after facing Harbin's cold, probably turning into an ice cube and need to thaw out. Plus, the hotel is only about 15 minutes from the ice and snow world, which makes it a convenient location. The next morning, I woke up to this view outside, but I couldn't let that scare me. It was time to get moving. I ordered breakfast to be delivered around 8 a.m. And honestly, breakfast was lovely, so beautifully presented. Anyway, get ready with me because we're about to step outside in -25 weather. Layering is very important here. Everything needs to be layered, tucked, and sealed. You not only need to be physically ready, but also mentally prepared. And this is everything that I wore. Finally arrived at the famous Harbin Ice and Snow World, which is said to be the largest ice and snow world to date. They've invested an incredible amount of money and literally created an entire little city made of ice. This year, it's expected that over 90 million people will visit. I'm very glad I went early because once the Chinese Spring Festival starts, the crowd will be unreal. And if you've ever seen or experienced the crowd in China, you already know it's not normal. Let's talk about the cold for a minute because I did not anticipate this. After about 20 minutes, my feet were freezing, my hands were freezing inside the gloves. I could barely take videos. It was silent torture. I'm sure I did not get to see half of this place. I think because of the cold, my brain wasn't working properly. So maybe I was going in circles or something. But anyways, at one point, I realized my eyelashes were frozen.
What the heck? No, this is serious. Why are my lashes frozen? Oh my gosh.
以言说。
sought refuge in the bathrooms, which had warm equipment where you could heat your hands. So every 10 minutes I was in a bathroom, even when they were not so pleasant.
Yeah, I'm really looking like a bug.
This was easily the coldest experience of my life. The ticket that I bought online also included rides and activities, but I didn't find this out until about 3 hours after arriving. Apparently you have to scan another QR code and sign up, which was very difficult because it only opened on the hour and everybody was rushing to sign up at the same time with only about 1,200 spots each hour. But I was determined to do the Ferris wheel, so I waited nearly 2 hours just to get in, and then stood in line for so long that by the time I got on, I couldn't enjoy it properly because my hands and my feet were freezing again. But guys, doesn't this seem like the setting of the last season of Game of Thrones? Tell me why it looks like the Night King could show up at any moment. This place literally feels like the world beyond the wall.
AV Productions.
After the Ferris wheel, I decided this was enough. It was time to go home and thaw out. This is without question the coldest I've ever been in my entire life. The cold wasn't meant for me. I was meant to be relaxing on a tropical island somewhere sipping on a coconut. For me, this is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Once is enough. I don't see myself putting my body through that again, especially for 7 hours. So that was day 1 in Harbin. Day 2 is coming up. I'll be visiting Zhongyang Street, St. Sophia's Cathedral, and checking into one of the most unique hotels you'll ever see. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Ice City and venturing out at minus 25-degree weather. Until next time.